Something like that. Oh, pretty heavy. You ready? Alrighty, it's 5 p.m. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Alrighty, we'll begin with the pledge. Everybody will sing. Dr. Barr, you want to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no delegations. We can move past that, and we'll move into reports and start with the Gilmer County FFA land judging team, Mr. Cox.
I'm not gonna stand up since we're such a
We're pretty
alright.
close.
Yeah. Alright, so, as far as I can tell, I've had a couple teams that went to Oklahoma in 2015 and 18, but I think this might be the first land judging team from this county to win the FFA side of it since the 60s. So it's very competitive in FFA. There's like 8 or 9, there's 16 teams and states every year, and 8 or 9 of them are really trying to get in those top 5 spots to go to Oklahoma. So we won home site, which is one half of it, and Roane County won the other side, which is land judging, which we're okay with because we're buddies with Roane County. So they'll get to be one of 5 that gets to go to Oklahoma. So,
That's pretty impressive, girls.
you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Rayana. I'm Anna. I'm Summer. I'm Ashley.
Well, I'm very proud of you all. Way to represent Gilmer County.
You want to tell us a little bit about land judging, just real quick? What are you looking at? What are your key points of what you're looking at there?
Well, there's different things. Like we have 4 holes every contest, and you look for like depth, erosion, permeability.
Judging the soil.
Slope,
like
yeah.
this, and then the lay of the land.
Mhm.
This is a pretty special group because I've had kids that were pretty much naturals at it in the past, but the best kids I've had are like, I want to know why I missed this soil. I want to know why the topsoil stops at 5 inches instead of 8. And this group didn't start out like that, but towards the end, right about states, if they would miss something, they wanted to know why, so that they wouldn't miss it again. And I think that's what made them so good. They would have been real close to winning land judging, but they missed a slope that cost them 56 points apiece. So they were 7th in land judging when they should have been 1st or 2nd. But that same thing didn't affect them on the home site end, so they won home site. So, which is what you want. You want them to be so good that even if they do miss something big like that, they can still do well.
Probably the best in show.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great job.
Yep, congratulations.
Can we get a
Congratulations.
picture?
Yeah.
All right,
Where do you
girls.
want
You
them?
want them in our seats?
Why don't you guys just stand right there and we'll just turn around and we'll never even.
Sure.
Mr. Cox?
Oh,
Stand on your chair, Hillary.
Mr. Minnie?
no, I don't know, Brett. You're not gonna have much to
What did you say?
Can you see?
I might have to stand on the chair.
It's all right, you gotta make those pictures.
I got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
That's right.
All right. Any further reports that you know of, Dr. Manning? Okay. All right, we'll move into the consent agenda, and we will start with the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the July 24th, 2023 regular meeting and August 2nd, 2023 special meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes from July 24th regular meeting and from August 2nd special meeting. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we will move on to letter B, treasurer's report with the schedule of checks to be written. Christie, do you have anything that you need to?
Something to do like treasurer. My name's Christy, and the only thing I have today is a schedule of reports, and you can look over them if you have any questions. Let me know. Steve Pierce working on fixing the funds wherever everything needs to be placed. So hopefully soon in the future we'll have a report that can give you to let you know what's in each fund and where we're at.
Christy, we want to thank you as a board. I mean, I don't mean to speak for everybody, but I think we're unanimous. But thank you for stepping up and, filling a very vital role in our system. So,
Look forward to working with you.
yeah, look forward to working. Nice day.
Make a motion to approve the schedule of checks to be written.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the schedule of checks to be written. Is there any further discussion of that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alrighty, we will move on to open enrollment. Matt,
That's something I'm going to have to recuse myself from because my kids deal with it.
So I make a motion to approve the open enrollment attachment.
Second.
okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the open enrollment attachment provided by the superintendent. Is there any further discussion to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alright. Alright, we will move into the new business and start with contract approval for the speech language pathologist.
I'm taking minutes too, so. Of course, you know that we've been working, searching, and so on and so forth. And let's see, Shelley must have stepped up. She must have left already. We have secured a speech pathologist, and not only one. We've secured enough speech pathologists
That's great.
to provide our students in-person services in Gilmer County Schools for next year. This agreement would allow us to do that. We're going to have our kids, we'll have an in-person, one-on-one speech service person that they can get help with all their speech services. And I think that is a huge highlight. We've worked on that for a long time. So, I'm hoping to have your guys' support in making those contracted services a reality. We're currently working on occupational therapy and other services too, to have our folks, local folks in county, working with our folks in special ed.
Awesome. I make a motion to approve the contracted speech services for the 2024 school year.
Second.
Alright, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the contracted speech services for the 2024 school year as presented by the superintendent. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alright, we'll move on to milk bid extension.
Make a motion to approve the milk bid extension for the 2024 school year.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the milk bid extension for the 2024 school year. Is there any further discussion to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to the high school handbook.
Going good on?
Yeah, I think Dustin pointed out a couple of things like the mission statement needed updated. Of course, I didn't pay much attention to that point, but, you know, we worked lots of hours on the handbook, and I would go ahead and make a motion to approve the handbook with the caveat that, you know, things may need updated or, you know, modified as the faculty senate, principal, superintendent, and board see fit throughout the year.
Second. Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion of that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention?
Abstain.
Okay, motion carried. All right, we will move on to discussion or possible action of contracting an accounting firm for the annual report. Dr. Manning.
You've got in your packet there, and I believe, or no, it's not in your packet, it was emailed to you.
I think it's 11,000.
It was around $11,000. We are short on people. We do have a part-time person helping Christy, but then her position's not filled. So we've got an annual report coming up. We have to get it complete. We were ecstatic at that price. We thought it was going to be 3 times as high as that. So, you know, I've worked with Steve. He's talked to the firm. He put together the plan. We sent it to you guys. But we'd like to get our this Fife Jones, I believe that's the accounting firm that we're doing this with, the contract out doing our annual report this year while we're going through this transition.
I make a motion to approve the contracting with the accounting firm to complete our annual report.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve contracting with an accounting firm to complete our annual report. Is there any further discussion to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alright, we'll move on to E, contracted accounts payable and payroll services. Dr. Manning.
Again, since we're shorthanded, we may need at some point in time additional people to do payroll. Right now, we've got Christy doing everything, and that's good, but we need to have time to train her, to when Steve comes and so on and so forth. So this would be, if it was needed, up to $5,000. We're suspecting there's going to be some type of transition. We're going to post, you know, maybe be able to fill, but during this transition time, if there's 2 or 3 months that we would need to run, you know, have somebody come in for 2 or 3 days, we could. And that's why I put a limit. I just put a limit of that $5,000. Hopefully, we wouldn't have to have it very long at all. We're able to roll right in. But, you know, I don't know how hard this job will be to fill.
Keep the checks flowing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll make a motion to contract payroll services as needed until the position is filled, not exceeding $5,000.
Second.
Okay, been properly moved and seconded to contract payroll services as needed until the position is filled, not exceeding $5,000. Is there any further discussion to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alrighty, we'll move into old business, and we have teacher statements and extracurricular academic duties. Dr. Manning.
I haven't had time to touch that.
Okay, we'll just move right on.
I do have the JAG grant update. I talked with Aaron Hamilton at the state today. The grant has not been released yet. I thought it was. They have not released the grant yet. I tried to go in and apply for the grant, but I can't apply for the grant because the section that I have, he sent me, is not the release grant. I applied through OASIS, which I thought is going to be much easier to get all of this stuff approved. I am meeting with the county commission and presenting Wednesday at 9:15. I've already met with the city. I'm hoping to have us as a partner, city as a partner, the county commission as a partner, and then the state as a partner. I think I've got a pretty good grip on all of those folks. I think everybody wants to support the program. I think that we've got a good setup with you know, getting those folks support. And I've had a couple people that are certified police officers that might be willing. So we're very close to maybe being able to secure a PRO officer for the district. I've talked with about writing the grant and as a matter of fact, I don't know if we can find the people, and we may shoot for the moon here, but the state's even said, well, why don't you do 2? So I'm not so for sure that I won't do 2. And if we can only get 1, that's great, but if we can get 2, why not 2?
A
So,
lot of time.
It's yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's ball games, extracurricular activities, and that's what you're all your.
Yep. So, that's been some, I will have a better report after I meet back with everybody, but the stakeholders, both that I've talked to at the county commission and the mayor, they both seem on board. And, I think that, it's just now logistical, trying to figure out how to write it and get the grant. We can apply for up to $20,000 of funding a year through the state. So that'll help us out.
All right. We'll move into personnel and start with the professional section.
I move pursuant to 69A42 of the West Virginia Code that the board go into executive session to discuss personnel matters which, if discussed in public, might affect adversely the reputation of any person.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Been properly moved and seconded that we go into executive session for West Virginia Code. Is there any further discussion to that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
FYI for everybody in here, I'm leaving the recording going, so.
Thanks for the heads up.
If I knew how to turn it on and off, I would stop it, but just be aware. Be aware. And we're still live on YouTube too.
I don't think anybody can see us, so.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure if they heard your voice, they would know who
Yeah.
you are.
And there's
Oh,
nine.
I'm on it.
Did you get a hold of them?
I didn't have a chance to call.
I'll call them right away.
I'm trying to get my handbook open and they updated it, so it looks like trying to navigate untreaded waters. It's nice. Have you seen anything but stickers? Like events and like Thanksgiving has to be here.
I know that it's a great
And when County got theirs, I think that was just the same grade. I couldn't tell you for sure, but I know that they. Some kind of grade.
Like you can change the color of the flags. Some red and like different shades of red.
Justice assistance.
Dark gray. And then that jeans like class each.
Yeah.
And then the GSA practice like the Aspen gray. Just went in and did all my classes from last year.
26 camera. But, I mean, it was, that's what they had to do, I don't know. It was not fun.
Grab me something, I went through this morning our already.
He knows what the goods is.
Did you all get to go through your already training this afternoon? Yeah. I went through at the end of it and I pulled off all the dark chocolate.
Be a nice guy.
That's nice. Dark chocolate.
You want
I asked, I'm the one who asked
Oh.
you for one.
one? Here you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's hard the other day. Slow down. Last time. That woodwork looks good. Let's see once I get the top on it, that's really nice.
Yeah, I was surprised, because that's where I was, I mean, last time I came, I was in there in that cold cafeteria. And I looked in there, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look great, but it looks good.
It's almost exactly like they have it set up in Calhoun County.
Is it?
It's really nice to just.
It makes it look, I mean, it makes it look good, I mean,
It does.
it makes,
Like,
yeah,
professional and.
yeah.
I wonder when people that have their first meeting.
I think they were waiting on, so the Career Center did the project, right? And,
Awesome.
but the call's been out of town. Was the voice.
It looked like the countertop was not in there yet.
It was. I think they
That's
were
what they're
waiting.
waiting on.
Kitchen, some kitchen.
Yeah. It looks, I mean, it looks really good.
Use Canva. How do you log into Canva? Does it sign, create an account? Try to see my school.
You can do it on your phone. On your walk all on your phone.
Is Canva through Office 365?
Yeah.
Just watch.
I was in there, I said, mine's. Sorry.
You can?
All right, tell them out. Well, now, look, now it comes up, sign up for free, so maybe it's not.
That's what I was prompted with.
If somebody sends me something like through an email, I can open it, like I can open it, but I can't manipulate anything.
I just want to open this one. Before I can do that. I didn't use it, I really did.
This, I've seen it.
I seen it last week, that's all I saw the
Yeah,
lesson.
it's nice.
I make a motion to rise from session.
Second. It's been probably moved and seconded to rise from executive session. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll reconvene in open session and start again with the personnel agenda and the professional section.
I'm just taking a few minutes, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
All right, personnel. I recommend for the Director of Federal Programs, Teaching and Learning and Curriculum Instruction, Sherry West, for that position.
Make a motion to approve the professional section of the personnel agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the professional section of the personnel agenda. Any further discussion of that main motion?
I'd just like to thank Sherry West again. She does so much for us and stepping up and filling that role where where Shelley went to help us in other places. She came up to pick up the slack there. I just thank her very much for that.
I agree. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to service. Dr. Brown.
guys have this under your service? Did she send it to you?
Yes.
That's what I thought. She did? Okay. All right, under service, Tim White, bus operator, make that recommendation. Jennifer Harper, ECAT, classroom transportation aide. Jennifer Harper, probationary contract, 23-24 renewal. Brandy Castile, probationary contract, 2023-24 renewal. Jason Bailey, resignation, bus operator, effective 8/2/23.
So
Did
moved.
we just hire you for something else, Jennifer?
You did, but I really wanna go here.
Okay.
I was ripped.
I was trying to think.
Yeah, I was ripped, but when, I didn't even know Mom was gonna retire. Another aide.
Well, we didn't
another-
either.
Another aide messaged me, she said, did your mom retire? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, well, it's on the agenda. I'm like, what? So I
Sorry,
call
that's
Mom.
cold.
Yeah, so I call Mom, and of course, she's like, yeah. So I really want Mom.
Okay, all right. I was just trying to move everybody out of my mind.
All right,
I make a motion to approve the service, portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
all right, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the service portion of the personnel agenda. Is there any further discussion of that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries.
Who did the second one?
Jason.
So what are you leaving now?
I'm leaving ninth grade aide, student aide to,
So ninth grade will be over.
Student.
yeah.
All right.
All right, keep all that straight. All right, going on to extracurricular, Dr. Bennett.
Make the following recommendations. Jacob Yoakum, after-school credit recovery. Ben Hall, resignation, head varsity wrestling coach, effective 8/2/23. Daniel Page, resignation, head mini Titan wrestling coach, effective 8/2/23.
Make a motion to approve the extracurricular portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the extracurricular portion of the personnel agenda. Any further discussion to that main motion?
Did you have that blank to post that? You wanna make that?
No, it's posted. I just
To
didn't
the
get
end.
it. It's just closed today.
Okay, hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, go to substitute teachers.
All right, make the following recommendations for substitute teacher in Gilmer County Schools, 2023-24 school year. Martha Allen, Max Bierban, Monica Bush, Anna Dick, Carol Edwards, Nancy McFaney, Sydney Naughton, Pamela Short, Willard Wright, Vicki Almond, Dave Bishop, Andrew Butcher, Danae Dobbins, Robin James, Pam Minnick, Amy Nicholas, Mary Wellings, Betty Anderson, Tony Bishop, Laura S. Chapman, Amber Dooley, Jean McCune, Jeff Miller, Janet Ramazan, and Amanda Williams.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the substitute teacher portion of the personnel agenda. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries.
Nancy was my fourth grade teacher.
All right, we will move on to substitute nurse.
All right, I recommend Carol Edwards as our substitute nurse.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to hire Carol Edwards as a substitute nurse. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to substitute aides.
Substitute aide recommendations for the 2020.
I'm sorry, I think I have to recuse myself. Carol Miles is my mother-in-law.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right, making the recommendation for substitute aides for the 2023-2024 school year, Wilder Cosner, Brittany Fincham, Seth McHenry, Carol Myers, and Brittany C.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve the superintendent's recommendation for substitute aides. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to substitute custodian.
Substitute custodians recommended for the 2023-2024 school year, Brittany Fincham, Seth McHenry, and Brittany C.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve the substitute custodians as presented by the superintendent. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Move on to substitute bus operators.
I'm recommending the following substitute bus operators: Carlos Bailey, Susie Kirkpatrick, Gene McCune, Timothy Hickman, Eric Martin, Mason McCann, Sam Perrin, and Ben Stewart.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the substitute bus operators as stated by the superintendent. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alright. So at this time, I need to recuse myself, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Freshour, and he can handle the next section.
Substitute secretary recommendations for the 2023-2024 school year: Jeannie Fisher, Sharon Ratliff, Rebecca Minnick, and Deborah Skinner.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Who seconds that, Jason?
Substitute cook.
Substitute cook, recommendations for the 2023-2024 school year: Brittany Fincham, Terry Moss, Amanda Rose.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve substitute cooks as stated by the superintendent. Any further discussion?
Any chance we could get a couple recipes brought in here? No, I'm just kidding.
Alrighty, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries.
That definitely sounds like a better application.
We'll think of that next time.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we'll go to permission to post. Dr. Bennett.
Just, we've had this discussion in finance that these duties, because we've shrunk down to 2 folks, they really truly are professional duties. Some of them is because of the balance, the checks and balances that we need to have put in place, and different things with only 2 people. So with all of those things being said, we want to be able to hire and get some applicants, and I make the recommendation to post a professional accountant position.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to allow the superintendent permission to post a professional accountant position. For any further discussion of that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Alright, we'll go into continuous improvement.
I will have a further continuous improvement update at our next meeting. Our test scores just came out this week, and we're going to be focusing on getting that data out to you and presenting that data. So one little thing that I wanted to highlight, and I don't know how much stock people put in School Digger, but Mr. Price and I talked today, and I think the improvements so far at the elementary school seem to be, a good start. Maybe even a breakout year. Last year, according to that website, we were ranked 274, and this year we were ranked 181, which went up 93 spots in the school ranking out of 368. So that's just a brief overview. We'll dig into the data a little bit, a lot more than that, and present to you on continuous improvement. But just wanted to share that with you. Those are some of the good things that we can report out on.
Proud of you, Tyson. Light a fire.
I got a great team. I think nothing with that. That's the team behind me.
Alrighty, we'll continue on with the superintendent's update.
Just had a welcome back. I think it seems like a very good start to the year. I've done a few things. Got Project Connect activated. I wrote a welcome back letter that will be posted on Facebook and go to the newspaper, and want to reach out to as many people, trying to unite everybody behind one mission here. So far, we think that we've got everything lined out and ready for the beginning of the year. Just these last, of course, major personnel things that we just tried to get rounded about there, but, so far, we've got, everything on track, we've got our staff back, they are working on all of their beginning of the year trainings and things like that. We've got some conferences and things coming up, the West Virginia School Board Association, we've got our fall conference, and don't forget to make sure we get all the folks for that. We'd like to go as a group again, if you can do that. We can get that as a reminder. But over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be kind of a blur, get the kids back, get everybody back, and then I'm sure the next time there'll be a lot more to update and report out on. I will say that I started back, I don't know if you guys saw, I wrote you a really cheesy message to all the district leaders about our communication tool that we use, and that'll be starting back up. I got poked, even Lisa poked fun at me at that, she never makes fun. You know, that communication tool and what we're working on a given day, I think that the finance team is working really good together. I'm very, very thankful for Steve Peer. He's a great teacher. He's teaching us a lot. He's going to be teaching all of us a lot, even you guys, and what we should be doing and how the funds are set up and how we spend money on the funds. I think it's going to be so open and transparent. It's going to be really good for the whole team. And we're really lucky to have him. He is just such a guru in the area. So I really appreciate that, and Christy's hard work and stepping up, and Sherry's hard work and stepping up, and we've had people take on leadership roles here, and you guys understand what type of work that means that those folks take on. So we really appreciate that, and the principals seem to be in good order, and everybody seems to be in good spirits, and we're just ready to get the kids back. So really appreciate all of your guys' support. If you have any questions, just let me know.
All right, anybody got questions? All right, then we'll move on to board member comments. Floor is open.
As far as the extension service goes, it looks like we have several Gilmer County kids down at the state fair, all working hard and doing a good job, so maybe they'll come tell us about it whenever they get back. I think that's really the big stuff going on right now.
I just welcome all the new students and all the students that we've had. Welcome back, and let's have a good year. And then as a board, just to address you guys as a board, this is year one of us, in the books, and it's been a pleasure working with you guys. And
All the pleasure is ours.
it's definitely a whole lot easier right now in 23 than what it was in 22. And I think we've made a lot of good changes in the last year. And I think with you guys, I think we'll have a lot more to come.
Sky's the
Thank you,
limit.
Mr. Dr. Benny.
Anyone else?
Welcome to a new school year. I am department chair and professor at Glenville State. We started today. And you all are going to start in a couple days. And my whole platform for this gig here was to create a bridge between Gilmer County Schools and Glenville State University. And we've done some great stuff. But we have got some really, really, really great ways that we can work together. And I just really look forward to the collaboration between Glenville State and Gilmer County Schools. And if we can do anything for you, that's what I'm here for. Okay? Email me, call me, come see me. I literally work right down the street. Okay? Please. Thank you.
Everybody's taking all you all took what I was gonna say, so I'll just take everybody else. Yeah.
Cody is a Sagittarius. He likes long walks on the beach.
All right, Mr. Frazier, you have anything? All righty, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, it's been
Second.
All right, been properly moved and second, we adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, meeting adjourned.
Many of you turn off the lights. Yes, you
There's no time, man, underneath
So I'm
that,
like,
it's
it's
just
not
full. There's somebody there, man.
So have a good evening.
Staff are coming in tomorrow until 10.
Okay, well, it'll be Saturday.
Yeah, because we have an open house.
Okay.
So they'll stay from 4 to 6 for open house.
Okay.
So staff are required to